Hey everyone, welcome to Carsplain. My name is Patrick, your chief Carsplainer, and I just really want to take the time to give you guys a quick overview on the type of content that we're trying to develop here on our channel to help you figure out what's the best car for you, what's that technology going to be like, and what's it like going to be living with that car. And so one of the first pieces that we'll try to do on most of the vehicles that we get in is what we call a car overview. And so this is really breaking down out of the hundreds of configurations that are out there for vehicles, starting with the grade, the trim, or the addition, really understanding what are the key differences between those, whether it comes to maybe parts of the design, features that you'll find in them. So what's the difference between like an XLE versus an SE? What is an SEL? What does platinum really mean between all the different manufacturers that use it? You know, what makes a limited a limited? You'll see that all automakers have kind of a different strategy in terms of where do they put content. Sometimes they'll do a good, better, best kind of tier strategy. They'll eventually come out with a more best that'll replace that one. Some will do what we call kind of a Y strategy, where you can get all the sporty stuff in ascending order and then like all the luxury stuff on a different ladder. Sometimes they'll let you kind of merge them back at the top, but sometimes they keep them separate. So again, we'll try to break that down for you for all the different types of vehicles and decisions that there are out there. And then the next part, after, if the manufacturer has grades or trims, some only have, large bundles of options that they call packages, or they'll have like standalone, one-off options that are more a la carte. That makes it a little bit more complicated, but we'll deep dive into each of those big packages, whether it's a convenience package or, for some reason everyone offers like a sun and sound package. So someone has decided at some point in time that the people that like nice sound systems also like sunroofs. I don't know why. Although I can give you some insight into that later on. And then there's a tech package, and why does it also include like heated rear seats sometimes? So we'll go into those details for each and every car that we kind of break down. And then the next piece after that would be looking at the tech and features in the vehicle. So some of these might be items that you'll set up, once you get your vehicle. It might be, how do I program my garage door opener? Or how do I pair my phone for the first time? And how do I use Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that everyone seems to be asking for these days. One fun thing that I get a lot from my friends is, they'll take a picture of a button in their car and they'll be like, I've had this car for X years already. They're like, what does this button do? Should I be using it more often? So that's something we'll try to go through on each and every vehicle. What are those main controls, whether they're, again, setting kind of up, or as we'll go in with the next segment, what is it that I'll kind of use more frequently that I really want to know about. Another set of controls and things that we'll try to bring light to are the advanced driver assistance systems. These are rapidly growing in the industry. A lot of automakers are making them standard. And so really helping you understand, what is adaptive cruise control, and how is it different from regular cruise control, and what are the limitations of the system in my particular car, because not all systems are made equal. And every automaker, even within automakers, there's different applications of different levels of technology. And so one thing we'll look at with that regard is also, what are the settings that I can have with that feature? Are there different thresholds, that might fit my style of driving better than, other settings? And then also, all of this has to be communicated back to the driver. And more we're seeing that being communicated through a digital display or a screen display in the dash, where before you just had to have 2 or 3 dials of information. Now we're seeing all these screens with icons, and the icons aren't standard across manufacturers yet. So really helping see, what is that communication that the vehicle is trying to give back to you about the status of each of those features. And then one section will be kind of a day in the life, understanding features that you're going to use day to day throughout the course of, normal life. However normal that might be at this time, whether it's once a week or every single day. Just trying to bring light to the items and features that are going to become really useful, really handy, or items that might become sticking points or areas where you're going to be less satisfied with the particular execution of a feature, and maybe bring ideas into are there cars that do it better, or what would I really want to look for, things that might escape you on that first 10 to 15 minute test drive, but once you get in and out of the car every day, that you'll notice like right off the bat. So we'll try to bring some of those to the forefront and help you figure out how you value that feature. And then along that line, also in kind of day-to-day living, is something that's been important for us is, how does the car seat fit? Can you put it in the middle position? If you put it in the right side position behind the passenger seat, does the passenger have to scoot their seat all the way forward, or can an adult be comfortable in front of the car seat on that side? How easy is it to install, or get to the latch points and the top tether point? So we'll kind of bring some of those examples and tests in as we put our car seats into vehicles that we evaluate here at Carsplain. So one of the ways that I think we can really do this is through a bit of my background. I've been in product strategy for cars for close to a decade or so, either directly in product planning or in a consulting capacity, and really understanding what are features that people are really asking for, how have they been bundled, or what is the logic behind some of that bundling, but really identifying key differences in kind of who does a feature best. And so hope to impart some of that to you as you search for your vehicle, or really look to maximize the utilization of your current vehicle and hopefully enjoy it a little bit more each day. And so be sure to let us know in the comments, are there specific vehicles or specific technologies or content that you'd like to see Carsplained, because we'd love to kind of get that in our queue and ready for development, and put that out to you as soon as we can. So be sure to give us a thumbs up, follow us. We'll be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, obviously here on YouTube, and we'd love to kind of hear your feedback and thoughts and how we can help make more of this content that is functional and useful for you as you go about life with your car. Thanks so much. See you next time.